Alright, what up guys? This is a very exciting day. I'm here with Chris from CEO, Car Enthusiast Organization, and he is being my chauffeur today as we're going to the bank where I get to buy my dream car. This is really excited. I'm really excited right now. This is a loss for words. I can't believe that I'm actually doing this. And yeah, I really hope you guys like the car, adding it to the channel. The nice thing is I don't actually have to get rid of the Supra or the Tundra. I'm adding this car to my collection and I will have both of them, or all three of them. And to go from being laid off, unemployed, no money, to having a job and now able to actually buy my dream car is just crazy. I worked really hard for this. I am using all of my life savings in order to do this, and it will be tight financially, but I've done the numbers and it should work out, and I'm really excited. So stay tuned. I'll show you the car in a minute. Alright guys, William King here with Desyth Engineering, and today I have amazing news. That is right, if you read the title, I have bought a supercar. My first exotic. It's really surreal that I've been able to buy this vehicle. I was laid off in July, and now I have a new job, and now I bought a supercar. It's crazy. The way I did it was that I had to pull out my 401k in order to survive, being unemployed, and since I'd already taken the tax hit, I wasn't going to put it back into the stock market and take another tax hit, so I invested it into a car. So without further ado, here is my new supercar. Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's a girlfriend's car. No, it's over here. There it is. That's right, folks. I bought a supercar. It is a 04 Lamborghini Gallardo, and more importantly than all of that is it's gated manual. That's right. I have bought one of the super rare gated manual Lamborghini Gallardos. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I am super excited about this. I still have the Supra. I can't afford both, and I just can't believe that I'm at this place. I can't believe that here I am. I was laid off in July. It's 4 months later, and now I own a Lamborghini, and it's really surreal that I own this car, and I can't believe it. So I really want to thank all my friends and family for their hard work and help in helping me get this vehicle. And it's mine, boys. I don't know what to say. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over in this video, I'm gonna go over the whole process of what it's like buying your first supercar, and let me tell you, it's difficult. It's, even if you can't afford it, like beyond the money aspect of it, just actually going through and buying it, it is like buying another car, but any other car, but it's the people you're dealing with, the amount of money that you're dealing with. People are a lot more cagey, and you have, more money, more problems. So, but yeah, so we'll go over that, and I'll show you all the cool stuff. And now let's check out the car. so this is the next day. So I picked up the Lamborghini. I got it. It's mine. I own it. It's fantastic. It's safely nestled away at the garage. Right now, I'm off to title place to get the title, to actually get the car registered. Hasn't been registered yet. I do already have insurance on the car, all that set. Amazingly, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Lots of cars and coffees and shows and stuff. And there's even a show tonight, which I got to take the car to. So I kind of in a little bit of a rush to go get the registration done, so that way I can take it to the show. And then I got the cars and coffee tomorrow, and then other shows tomorrow night. So it's gonna be a lot of moving around. Also, I got my Rec Speed carbon fiber door garnishes for the Supra, so I'll be installing those. I'm going to show those off as well. Unfortunately, I won't have those installed in time for the shows. There's just not enough time tonight to get that done before tomorrow. Plus, I also want to do a video for you guys showing the install process and all that, as we learn together how to do the door garnishes on the Supra. So yeah, so we should have some pretty exciting content coming up. So I'm working on getting all that done. I still have a bunch of videos I haven't even finished editing from weeks ago. I have been super lazy doing all that stuff. So I'll actually have those posted first, so you'll see this after those videos are done and posted. So by then it will be old news, but yeah, I'm hoping to have everything started posted this weekend. So that's the plan. That's what happens when you have to work a day job and do your vlogging. So, but working on it anyways. So yeah, should be exciting stuff. So I'll show you some more clips of the Lamborghini, and yeah, let's do this. All right, we are here. Off seatbelt, mask, paperwork, trash. All right, let's go. All right, so we are here at GG&D Motor Vehicle Services. Those of you in the know, this is the place to go to do your Lamborghini title and registration. I'm being completely facetious. It's not the place to go, but this place is close to my house, so I'm going here. All right, so I failed completely at registering the car. Apparently there's an issue that the seller hadn't put the name of the business on the back of the title. So now I need the original copy of the bill of sale in order to actually register the vehicle. And on top of all that, I actually need to go do emissions testing, which I haven't had to do emissions testing in a long time on any of my vehicles because they've all been brand new. So that's interesting, but it's okay. I got a 30-day permit, so I can still drive the car. That's all that matters. So winning, woo! All right, so it's next day again. I'm in the Lambo. I am at the emissions testing place. We're going to see if the Lamborghini passes emissions. This is going to be interesting. There's a bit of a line. I wonder how many times Lamborghinis come in to get emissions tested. Well, we're about to find out, so let's see what happens. All right, boys, will she pass? I'll figure it out.
Yeah, record it here.
Okay. All right, boys, we've left. We passed. Woo! We did it. We passed our exams. Now we can register the car. All right. So you finalize the bill of sale, and then good to go. Gotta love dealing with the little clickety clackety. Ooh, clicky. It's so satisfying. Oh yeah. Oh, it is so much fun driving this car, boys. You have no idea. All right, we're leaving the DMV, and my car is registered. Yes, it is done. Success. Woo! I even got a custom plate, which I'm not going to reveal on the video, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So I am excited. Car is official, even though the car is officially still in the shop. So lots of fun. Oh man, these guys messing with my beard. I'm gonna fix it. Okay. All right, guys. So the next part in the saga of buying the first supercar is picking it up from the shop. So with any depreciated car, there's sometimes issues. So one of the issues that the Lamborghini has currently is it was leaking fuel out of the filters. So I took it to Corson Motorsports in Scottsdale, which is the place to go for your hypercar, supercar needs. So we're going to go pick that up right now. Wasn't too bad. They did confirm that both of the fuel or the driver's side fuel filter was cracked and was leaking, and apparently it was leaking for so long that it actually started building up on the fuel tank. Right, so it was actually caked on there. So they said they cleaned that all up for me. They said there might still be a little bit of a fuel smell, but not too bad. It's such a small problem to have, but a very dangerous one, because if that gas hits any hot part, that's how you end up on supercar fails. And I really, really don't want to end up on supercar fails. So going to go pick up the car right now and can't wait to drive it. The only problem with this is, even though it was a quick fix, it was only like 2 hours of maintenance, it took a while to source the parts. So I had the car in my possession for 4 days, and it's been at the shop for 8 days. So it's been at the shop twice as long as I've been able to drive it. So, but getting it now. So check it out. All right, so it's the next day. I got the Lamborghini home last night, and unfortunately, as soon as I parked it, it pissed the bed. So yeah, that's coolant. It seems to have stopped. It only did it when I first parked, and I know it's coming from the passenger side radiator back here. So I'm hoping it's something simple. I got to go back to the shop right now. Have a course to take a look at it. When they replace the fuel filter on the passenger side, they do need to take the overflow reservoir out in order to do it. So I'm just hoping that when they put the overflow reservoir back in, it didn't connect right, and then when it got hot and under pressure, it started leaking. So I mean, it's not like it's just gushing coolant everywhere. So there should still be coolant. There should still be safe to drive, at least to the shop to have it looked at. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So another issue with owning a supercar, or something I didn't really expect, is that I was going to have difficulty finding insurance, cheap insurance for buying the supercar. So the only way I was able to do is I was actually able to get Allstate, but they require that I install this little MileWise device into my Lamborghini. And I know they're going to be tracking things like my speed and my driving habits and how many miles I actually put on the car. I have a feeling this is going to end very, very badly. But we'll put it in and go with it. Oh, so lovely sight that is. Yeah. All right. Well, we're at the end of the video. I have my supercar. It was really crazy doing the financing and everything for this car. I got approved initially for this car. Actually, I had requested money for it, but I had requested a rate that was lower than what the car was listed for, because I knew the guy wanted a bit too much for it, and I was buying it private party. Well, I couldn't get him down on the price at all, and he was just firm. He wasn't going to sell for anything lower than what he was asking, and I felt it was a bit too much for the car, so I walked away from the deal. Well, then I went to McLaren of Scottsdale and tried to work out a deal with them. Basically, what I was going to end up having to do was they had a nice 570S with very low mileage. They're used for sale, and I was probably going to buy that car. But in order for me to buy that car, I would have had to sell the Supra, and I really didn't want to do that. And them being a dealership, they weren't going to give me what the Supra was worth at all. And then they were having issues finding financing themselves. I went back to my bank, and I knew that they would approve me for it, so I went back to them, and I asked them for the money for the McLaren. Well then, but thinking about it, I'm like, I really just don't want to overstretch myself. So I told them to cancel it. I don't want to do that loan anymore. All right. So week goes by, and I'm bummed out because I didn't get this car, and I was in Dallas for the Supercar Expo, and if you watch my Supercar Expo videos, you'll see that there's actually a yellow gated manual Gallardo in that video, and at that expo, and it's not this one, but I got real sad seeing that car there, knowing that I wasn't able to buy this one. And so I was like, well, it's not going to happen. So I tried working out a couple other deals and some other Gallardos, and there's another Gallardo for sale in Scottsdale, but it was an E-Gear, and it was, they had it listed less than this one, and you know what, I'm going to be honest with prices. So the guy originally was asking $90 for this car, and the E-Gear was listed for $80, so $10,000 difference. So I'm talking to the guys about the E-Gear, and they're like, well, it's at Corsa Motorsports, it needs a new clutch, so we're getting that all done right now. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, it's going to be a couple weeks before it's for sale. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, while I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, am I really going to spend $80,000 for an E-Gear Gallardo when I could get a gated manual for $90? And while I was thinking about that, the owner of this car called me up and said, hey, would you do 85? And what's funny is I'd actually already been approved for 85. I hadn't told him that, but I'd actually already been approved for 85 on this. So I was like, well, for a $5K difference between this and the E-Gear, I'm going to go for the gated manual. So I went and I got approval for that. Well, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle, though, unfortunately. Because I had gotten approval for the McLaren, they screwed up my approval for the Gallardo. So I had to go back and forth with the bank, and finally realized, like, no, guys, I'm just asking for the original 85 that I had gotten approved for before. And so they were finally able to do it, finally able to get squared away. And now, the guy that I was buying this from really wanted to make sure that we did this all at once, all in person. He didn't want to get screwed over, and I understand, right? He was real, worried about everything. And so, I'm like, well, my bank's a credit union, and they had a branch in town. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll go to the branch in town. I verified with the bank, like, all right, you're going to be able to do all the paperwork and, at the branch. We're going to be able to get everything done. They're like, yeah, perfect. So I called the branch. I'm like, make sure the branch was ready for us. And we go down there, and we get there. Because, I still have a day job, so I couldn't leave until I was done with work, and, had to make sure I got there in time. Well, I get to the branch, they weren't ready for us. And they're like, oh man, we're sorry, it's too close to close, even though we had come in, and I told them exactly what time I was going to come in and all that, and they'd made us wait there for 45 minutes. They're like, it's too close to close, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. Now, me thinking customer service brain, I'm like, no, we were here well before you guys closed, so your ass is going to have to work late, is what I was thinking. But they didn't agree with me, and they're a bank, so that's what I do. So I actually, it really sucked because the owner had come with the car, with the title, with everything, and the only thing we were able to do was sign the bill of sale, and they're like, you're going to have to come back tomorrow in order for us to actually cut the check. So we had to leave and come back the next day, and it was actually kind of annoying because I was trying to leave work early to get there on time because it was far away from my house. So having to do that 2 days in a row, put a little bit of strain. This is a brand new job. I couldn't do that stuff. So it was a little frustrating. But we got there, got the check signed, and picked up the car, and took it home. So yeah, it's a little difficult. Like, it's a lot easier if you don't have to deal with that nasty, pesky thing called work, because then you can just go buy this stuff during the middle of the day. A lot of the dealerships I was trying to talk to that had these types of cars, they only had hours from 9 to 5, and it's like, well, that's standard work hours. How is How is anyone able to go buy these cars? Like, you got to take time off work in order to go buy a car. And how are you going to tell your employer, oh, hey, I got to take a day off, I'm going to go buy a supercar? I'm pretty sure your employer is going to be all like, wait, you're buying a supercar? I think we pay you too much. You know, like, you got to take a day off to go buy a supercar? Let's reevaluate your salary here. So that's definitely not something you want to do. And really, I mean, like, so I paid $85,000 for this car. Like, the new BMW M4 is $95K, right? The Mercedes S-Class is $140K base. Like, those are, if I told anybody that, you know, I was buying a new Mercedes or I was buying a BMW, everyone would be all like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, they wouldn't even care, right? But, you know, when you tell people that, oh, yeah, I bought a Lambo, suddenly everyone's like, how much? Well, look at you, Daddy Warbucks. Look at you, got all this money. And, you know, they don't understand that, like, you know, when I cashed in my 401k, you know, I took that money and I used it to invest. And this is my new investment. And so far, it's actually done pretty good. As of filming this video, I looked on Auto Tempest. This video is not sponsored by them, but I looked on Auto Tempest. And the cheapest gated manual Gallardo in the USA is at Iluso in California, and they want $95,000 for it. And it's also yellow, but it's got 57,000 miles, while this one only has 37. And then the next cheapest, surprisingly, like, this really floored me, is the next cheapest gated manual Gallardo for sale right now is Ed Bullion's flood salvaged Gallardo for $125K. There's a salvaged car asking $125K, and it's the next cheapest Gallardo. Like, I thought he was crazy when he asked that price for that car, knowing he only paid $50K for it. Like, how could he? And I did actually reach out to him to try and buy his car, but, you know, apparently I'm not important enough to warrant a response at all. But hey, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, like, I'm floored that he might legit get that amount for that car now. Like, and I thought it was stupid expensive to begin with. He even said in his video that it was stupid expensive. But it is what it is. Well, you know, the car's running great. The hose, it was just a hose on the radiator leak. Got that fixed. The problem is, the reason why this has low mileage is because the previous owner didn't really drive it too much. He was keeping it garage kept. He was keeping it nice, and which is great. It's in pristine condition, garage kept and all that. But that means that things like hoses dry out. These tires are from 2012. They have almost no wear on the tread, but they are hard as a rock, and they need to be replaced. So it's things like that. The more they sit, the worse off they are. These cars love to be driven, and these cars love to drive at high RPMs. So I will do another video of giving you impressions of what it's like to drive the Gallardo, and we'll actually do like a proper review of the car. But I really wanted to get this video out so you guys could, maybe see what it's like to actually buy your first supercar, buy your first exotic. Owning one of these cars is super special. I hope everyone who wants one of these cars can get one of these cars. Like, I made this, by the way, the goal of buying this car has been my goal since high school. I graduated in 04, and this is an 04 Gallardo, so I bought, my high school goal. So I finally did it. And, I could have, if I had done my finances differently, I could have actually afforded this probably a lot sooner than when I bought it now, but I just felt the timing was right to do it now. I got the new job. I kind of wanted to get myself a nice little prize, so I did it. So I do highly recommend it. If your goal is to obtain one of these vehicles, come up with a plan, figure out your finances. It is doable. You can do it. You just have to make sure you know what you're doing. Like, don't buy 1,000 Nerf guns. Don't buy giant Lego sets. Like, if you want one of these cars, don't buy the little things. Save that money, and then one day you will be able to buy these cars. Or use your 401k. Don't necessarily recommend using your 401k, but if you're in that situation, then maybe. Everyone's finances is different. I'm not really a bastion of financial advice, but that's how I did it. That's how I got this car, and you could too. So I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. I know it kind of jumped around a lot. It was multiple days, multiple clips, and things of that nature. But if you did like the video, please smash that like button. Please make sure you subscribe for more content. As always, I am William King. This is Desk Scythe Engineering, and I hope you have an awesome day.